Hi everybody, it's Philip from ASDI 1406, and today we're going to talk about our week 1 project called Objects. As we can see, we have my A reference app here. I'm going to go ahead and load it up. And in this application, we have a bunch of objects that are actually formulas. We can search for them here. For example, let's go ahead and search for depreciation. Here we go. We'll click on that one. And when we click on it, it creates a dynamic window which automatically creates and adds the fields to the screen. And if I click on each one, for example, useful life we'll say is 5 years, cost of the fixed assets is $36,000, residual income when we sell the truck, let's say it's worth $4,900 regardless of the condition, we can depreciate for $6,200 per year. And when we click on do report, we get the full output right here. What was really cool about the application is that I actually had to find it to get it to work with all sorts of different formulas, from everything from the complex formula like this to even just a very simple formula. So let's take a look now about what that looks like in code. So here's an example of the objects that we're working with. Up here at the top we have our literal objects, and inside of our literals we have properties as well as 2 of our functions, and our functions can call and iterate all the values that are inside of here. At the bottom we have our dot notations, and our dot notations are actually defined out, and we actually have a child within a child, so it's kind of cool. And I've declared each one of these inside of pseudo classes because it makes it easier for us to maintain when we look at the overall code. So one of the harder problems that I had in the application was, how do I pass the properties of the object and iterate through the properties of an object when the object is a child of another object? I know that sounds complicated, but it is what it is. And that allowed us to dynamically create the number of fields that we need. And I had to do that by using my data classes, so we can see data.finDots and data.finLiterals here. I didn't have to specify more than just those 2, and all of those have child objects underneath them. Inside of our build rows, however, we see that we call our object here. For each n within the object, we set the object and the key to n. So we're actually pulling each individual object within our class to work with. And then we create the table view row, and on the table view row we add our item. That way when we call it, we can iterate through it. And so when we call it, we actually go to our formula view here, and in our formula view, for example, we're looping for each child object in the formula view's data object, and then we create the fields, and there we go from there. That was actually really hard to do because you have to get it so specifically right. But once I got it, it was good and the application was working. So I hope you guys enjoyed and understood what I was saying, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.